So I wanted to go ahead and share with everyone that I've had depression, and it's not something that just popped up, like overnight. I mean, I've had it before, but I wanted to share my own personal experience with it and how I kind of got over it, at least for this episode of it. And I'm not an expert on depression. I mean, I've been clinically, diagnosed with it. I have been prescribed antidepressant medication, and so it's something that I've been dealing with for a while. But and part of it is living alone, I think. But I wanted to share with you what my experience was about it. So I started this last episode of depression and probably before Christmas, like November actually. I had an injury. I broke a couple of ribs and was in quite a bit of pain. And I think it kind of started at that point, and then other things happened, and it just kind of escalated. I mean, my ribs healed and everything, but I think it cascaded after that. And one of the things that I think, this is just for me, I'm not saying this applies to everybody, is that I had less contact with other people during the time that I was injured. And I think in my own mind, I feel that the lower amount of interaction with people contributed to the depression getting worse. And so it really progressed over several months, and it just seemed like it kept getting worse. And I'm usually a very positive thinker about everything, and I felt myself thinking very negatively about life and about myself and everything. So it reached a high point this month, which is June, because I feel like it started in November, and then I think it came to a complete head, if you will, in June. And so I was being increasingly negative, and I apologize to Hart, because Hart is my main source of contact with the outside world, really. And so I was not as very good to her in a lot of ways. I became more critical and less supportive, and she's a wonderful person. She's forgiven me, but I got very, very, very lonely because, well, I guess my best friend, he was unavailable for a long time, and he is like really kind of like a cornerstone of my whole social life, I guess. And I think, I hope everybody has, a person or a set of people or a group of people or something that helps them to work out their problems. I mean, it helps you to work out your problems, me to work out my problems. And I don't know how that works. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I just know how I feel. Now, I have been prescribed medication in the past for depression, and I think I tried 2 or possibly 3 different medications, and it didn't work for me. It just made everything worse. I'm not really into taking a lot of medications. I mean, I don't take many medications really. I don't take blood pressure medication. I don't take aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever. I don't like to take them. I mean, I was on medication for years after I was injured and lost my ability to walk. And so I got off of all the medications completely. Now, I don't think that you should assume medication is not going to work. I think that it didn't work for me, okay? I'm sure it works for a lot of other people. I mean, I know people that have been on antidepressant medication that they're doing great. It didn't work for me. So I don't think it's something you just cure with a pill. I mean, maybe you can cure it with a pill. Maybe you can cure it with medication. But somewhere it has to happen in here, see. I think it has to happen in here. And I think we have to come to peace with that. So what I have determined on my own, just in my own feelings, is that my medication was really caused by a lack of social interaction with other people. You know, I live alone. Okay, I don't have anybody here. You know, I don't go to a day job or anything, so I don't have anybody at my day job. And I'm just a very gregarious person here. I like to be around people, and so when I don't have people around, then I kind of shrink back into myself and overthink everything. So I had started this depression in November after an injury. Broke a couple of ribs, and plus I didn't get a job that I really wanted. I had this one job that I was pretty sure I was going to get, and it was a long-term job, and I was kind of excited about it. So I got injured. I did not get my job. Some of my friends were not available, and so I was isolated for like November, December, January, February, March, April, May. And during that period of isolation, something happened to me. I mean, it didn't happen just all at once. It happened over the course of months, and it just got increasingly worse. So in June, I ended up with a very, very severe depression. I mean, I was like, I couldn't think anything positive at all. I felt hopeless, lost, and without any place to go. So, I mean, I'm not suicidal. I mean, I know a lot of people can probably do harm to themselves. I'm not really that kind of person. I couldn't hurt myself. I mean, I couldn't kill myself. It's just not something that's inherent in me. I mean, I think we could subconsciously put ourselves in a position to be killed if we were, suicidally depressed, but, I'm not actively thinking about that, so. But this wore me down quite a bit. The depression wore me down a lot, and every time, even when I go to bed at night, I'm just thinking, wow, everything sucks. It's like I suck, the world sucks, everything, and it's just hard to get rid of that. And then something snapped me out of it. Now that's the part I really want to share. I want to share what got me out of my depression. I was talking to a couple of my kids, and they're all grown up and everything, and that helped. But kids are not the same. I mean, a relationship as you have with a close friendship, and so due to various number of circumstances, I didn't have much contact with my base of regular friends. Okay, so for this whole time. So what happened to me is that suddenly I had contact with my friends, and it's like just personal friends. I mean, not my kids. I mean, I'm still friends with my ex-wife and all that, but this was different. It was like something totally different, because when you have friends, it's going to be different from family. It's going to be different from most people you deal with. You can have close friends at work, of course, and that helps. I mean, that helps a lot. But being back in connection with some of my regular, pals, my regular friends, outside of family, outside of work, just the kind of friends that you just go out and enjoy each other's company, talk about things. And when I got back with a couple of my really close friends and spent some time with them, I found my depression just going away. And so I was healed, and I feel I am healed. I'm prone to depression, and I'm not going to, it's never going to go away. I mean, if you're prone to depression, it can always come back on you. But, I feel like I got snapped out of this episode of depression, which had lasted for months, in fact. And I got snapped out of it by just knowing that, I have friends out there that are just, normal people like me. I mean, they go through the same things that I do, and so I just got snapped out of it. Now, I do have a best friend, and I have people that I would consider to always be my best friends, and that I can share anything with them and so forth, and go out and laugh about things, and enjoy their company, and support each other, and find out about how they're doing, what are you going through, and what has been your experience here, and it's like it's I think that can exist in a family relationship. I mean, certainly I can have that relationship with any of my kids, but they're not here every day. Some of them don't even live in the state of Colorado, and most of the time they're busy. So your regular good old boy friends that you have, I mean, they live the same kind of a, they live in the same world you do, and they're not your family. You don't have to, walk on eggs around them. I mean, you can just pretty much be yourself. And I am fortunate and blessed enough to have a couple of friends like that. And so when I spend time with them, it's like, it changes me. It gets my mind off of me I stop thinking about me, and I stop being critical of the world, of everything else, and I start feeling better. And so, for me, just me, that has healed me, more than the counseling from my doctors, more than the medication they prescribed me, which I pretty much rejected. That has healed me. And I think that for some people, I think that is a legitimate form of therapy. I mean, for the healing process of depression. I mean, yeah, I know for a fact I'm going to go through depression again. And I mean, if you're prone to it, it's going to happen again. It just doesn't go away. But I feel like, for me, that's what helps. And another thing that I think that really helps is giving to people, supporting people, helping people. I think that's critically important to getting rid of depression. When we help people, it takes our mind off ourselves. I mean, because, if we sit, I live alone, so if I sit around here alone and I watch my news videos and what have you that I like to watch, then I just get more closed. I mean, I just don't feel a good connection with life. But if I'm around people and thinking more about them than I am about me, then that snaps me out of my depression. So I consider that I've had probably a half year of depression. It's gotten progressively worse. And now I feel better about it. I feel better, but I need personal contact with other people. I need social interaction. I'm not a good person to be being alone. I mean, I've lived alone here for over 3 years. But for most of my life, I was married. And, it's like marriage is a great thing, because when you are married, then if you're healthy and if you really feel love for the other person, you're going to be thinking about them more than you're thinking about yourself. And so you're going to be more prone to just not get preoccupied with yourself. I mean, if you just sit alone all the time, talk to people, or just listen to videos, or TV, or the news, whatever, it's, that's a good part of life. I mean, watching videos, listening to music, all these things. But being interactive with people, I think, is critically important to maintaining a healthy mental balance. So, yeah, and I'm pretty old. I'm not going to say how old I am, but everybody already knows that anyway. But yeah. So I wanted to share that, and I want to encourage people to really think about other people. As soon as you start thinking about yourself, and your failures, your aspirations, and all these things, then that's good. But it can get the best of you, and I think that focusing on ourselves too much can really throw you into depression. I mean, I just from my own personal experience, that's what I think. And I just wanted to share that and hope that, let me know, if you've had depression, let me know what you think. give me some of your ideas and or experiences. You don't have to just put it in a comment. I mean, you can email directly to us. And because I want to hear other people and what they think about it. Like, did your medication help you snap out of it? Did exercise help you? Oh, exercise is a good one too. Did exercise help you? Oh, and also maintaining a good, healthy lifestyle, diet, and so forth. Did that help you? Tell me what snaps you out of depression. I mean, because people that have it are going to go through it repeatedly. And it's not that you're never going to go through it again. It's just really, in my mind, it's about how are you going to get out of it as fast as possible. And what are you going to do for yourself to lift that depression? Because it's just miserable. I mean, depression is so miserable. Yeah, you feel like you don't even want to be alive. At least the way I experience it, so why am I still alive, and I wish I wasn't alive, and a lot of people will actually commit suicide, but other people will not commit suicide, but they're just going to torment, make themselves sick inside and out, and just be full of heartache, and it's just like pain, just like physical pain. It's emotional pain. And so I'm very thankful that I was able to work through this. It took months and a lot of suffering, really, emotional suffering. But I'm snapped out of it now. So I'm back to my positive self. And I feel healthier, happier, and joy. I honestly, I prayed and prayed and prayed for the Lord to just give me back some joy, And bottom line, I mean, I'm a person of faith, and if you're a person of faith, and if you're going to rely on God, and if you ask God, like 10 times, please give me back my joy. Please make me feel better about my life. Please, all these things. I think the Lord really works on that for a person. And so I think in addition to social interaction, is critically important. But I think that it started with, my faith in God, and it started with really other people praying for me, and then the solution started to come through as soon as I started being more socially interactive. So I want to encourage everybody to never give up. I mean, even if it lasts months or weeks, days, months, weeks, it seems there's no way out, but there is a way out. And you have to find it. I can't give it to you. Nobody can give it to you. I don't think it comes in a pill. Maybe it does. Maybe for some people, yeah, it does come in a pill. It doesn't come in a pill for me, but don't give up, okay? Get with other people and interact with them. Pay attention to them and a little more attention to others than you do to yourself. Because if I just focus on myself, I'm just never happy. I just have to have that gregarious type of social interaction to really give me any kind of fulfillment. So I just want to encourage everybody, make comments, send us an email, tell us about this. tell us what your experience is. Tell us how you overcome it. And if you're a medical doctor, you know, certainly comment on this and, you know, help everybody, all of these viewers that come here to understand the subject a little bit better, okay? I don't think there's a panacea, you know, an all-encompassing cure, but I do think if we share our thoughts and ideas with others, then it's certainly going to help ourselves. It's going to help other people, because even if you don't agree with my thoughts, you know, maybe you agree with somebody else's. So I just would encourage everybody to participate in this, because depression is a horrible, horrible thing to go through. It's very painful emotionally. So I want to bless everybody out there. Thanks for watching. And please, please give input about this very, very important topic. Thank you.